NXT UK. NXT UK. This week's episode of NXT UK was a good show. We got Teoman versus Rohan, Roger. And we got Charlotte Samuels versus Levi, Muir. And we got Aiofe Valkyrie versus Meiko Satomura. Which that match, I thought in my opinion, was the only best match on the show. And then we got the 6-man tag match. And then we got Pretty Deadly cutting promos. A-Kid cutting his promo of his own. And then we got Sid Sika in the ring cutting his promo. And then NXT UK caught up with Trent Seven. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about it. We're going to go over everything that went down on the show right here on my IWN Wrestling News and Gaming YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my IWN Wrestling News and Gaming YouTube channel. I am your host, your narrator, IWN's very own Brennan, and I am here live with your NXT UK April the 29th, 2021 review. Now, before we get started, be sure you hit that like, subscribe button, turn on bell for notifications, so you won't miss all of my newest gaming wrestling content that'll be coming to the channel this year, and all of my previous content that I have on the channel right now. If you haven't checked out any of my content on the channel, I advise you to go check it out now. And also have all those notifications to never miss my Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK, and AEW Dynamite reviews that go live each and every week on the channel. You know I always remind you all to turn on the notifications. I'm looking at the live chat and I don't see anybody here right now. And I wonder why. Is it because I'm not doing good enough? I don't know. Follow me on Twitter at England Wrestling. Follow me on Twitch at England Wrestling News. It's going to be a quick review. It's not going to be slow, because I want to get this quickly out the way as quick as possible. And it's not like there's nobody in chat anyway, because nobody's here. Normally there'll be people in the chat. There'll be people watching, but there's nobody watching for some reason. I don't know why. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get to the review, man. Teoman made his entrance to kick off the show. Rohan Raja made his debut entrance while the promo aired from early in the day, in which he discussed his unique upbringing. We got Teoman versus Rohan Raja. Raja took Teoman down to the mat straight away, prompting the German to give him a huge slap as a recip. A few moments later, Raja hit a neckbreaker on Teoman and gave him a massive slap in return. Raja then verbally demanded respect from Teoman. So then Raja scored a close 2 count from a sit-out powerbomb. Teoman took out the leg and followed it up with a DDT from the top rope. The Berlin native launched the crossface on Raja for what seemed like an eternity. So true to his claims from last week, Raja refused to quit. Teoman ripped the arm backwards, making a mic click. The referee immediately called for a stoppage. So, honestly, this was a good physical match to start the show. Both men did offer athletic offense and strong style strikes, and the end of the match had a unique feel. The stoppage gave it the vibe of a UFC fight, if you will. So, Raja, who was born in the UK, raised in Australia, and trained in Canada, looks like a decent addition to the roster. Now, a Wagner aired for Danny Luna, Flash Morgan Webster, and Mark Andrews, talking about their shared experience of subculture. It seems like they will be using the stable name Subculture going forward. Ilja Dragunov was given an interview when Dave Massive interrupted him and challenged him to a match. In the ring, Sid Sigla introduced the longest reigning NXT UK Women's Champion, Kaylee Ray. Sigla informed Kaylee Ray that a gauntlet match would take place between Jenny Isla Dawn, Zaya Brookside, Danny Luna, and Amelia McKenzie, with the winner getting a shot at Kaylee Ray's title. Now, honestly, NXT UK has built very nicely to this announcement, and nobody feels thrown into this gauntlet. Each woman has done something this year to earn the opportunity, and at some point we'll look forward to this match. So, Vatnitz aired for Pretty Deadly, saying, "Yeah, boy, a lot," and A Kid looking forward to his match with Tyler Bate. We got Levi Muir versus Shaw Samuels. Muir brought it to Samuels in the first few moments until the end. So Samuels' first few moments, he brought it to Samuels in the first few moments until the East End Butcher used his experience and strength to take control. Samuels hits a clothesline a huge big clothesline puts Muir in the shoulder lock. Muir escaped the butcher's hook and worked his way back into the match. He lifted Samuels to his shoulders. Samuels raked the eyes of his opponent. Samuels followed the distraction up with the spinebuster for the win. And that was it. So this was an okay match. Muir didn't get the opportunity to do a lot. It worked well to continue to build up Samuels. His physicality makes his matches fun to watch, but I like to see some more variety on the mic from him, honestly. If they are going to continue with the Butcher gimmick, let's hear him talk about dissecting his opponents and punching meat like Rocky Balboa. Now, Trent Seven was talking backstage about being a founding father of NXT UK when he said he wouldn't put him on a pedestal like everyone else. So, Aiofe Valkyrie made her entrance while Shepard recapped the challenge she made to Meiko Satomura to lead to this match. Satomura made her entrance, and we got Aiofe Valkyrie versus Meiko Satomura. Now, Valkyrie bowed to the best in the world. She bowed to the best in the world to show respect as the match started. Satomura repaid this with a sharp kick to Valkyrie's thigh. Satomura took control of the match by refusing to let go of the arm and grappling with Valkyrie. Valkyrie tried to prove she could match Satomura hold for hold, but Satomura seemed to have a counter for everything. So Valkyrie eventually hit an enziguri to Satomura that sent the Japanese legend outside. So Valkyrie pretty much sent her back in the ring and locked in a double shoulder submission hold. At least I think that's what it's called. The two women then traded kicks for kick until Satomura took Valkyrie off her feet with a shot to the head. With both women on the top rope, Valkyrie rolled into a powerbomb to score a 2 count. Satomura hit a suplex and went for the Scorpion Rising. Valkyrie hit the spinning ace. She hit the spinning axe kick. That's what I'm trying to say. And a moonsault for another 2 count. Valkyrie missed the diving split leg drop kick, allowing Satomura to hit successive cartwheel kicks to the back of her neck. Satomura hit the Scorpion Rising for the win. Now, folks, keep in mind this is Satomura's biggest victory of her career despite her being a legend, despite her still being a legend, this is her biggest victory of her career over Aiofe Valkyrie. It is. When you all in the chat agree, I mean, you gotta agree. And not to mention, it was a really enjoyable battle between the veteran Satomura and Valkyrie, who was undefeated coming into the match. It kept us guessing over who would get the victory. Now, I am absolutely happy for Satomura to get over, as she needs to continue picking up victories to live up to her legend. Giving her a win against someone who was undefeated is a good way to do this. Now, Valkyrie looked great in this match. She's one of my longtime favorite NXT UK female talents, and I'm not lying when I say that, because I said that on Twitter. That's how you know I ain't lying. That's how you know I'm telling the truth here. Well, yeah, she looked really great in the match and won't be affected by the loss. So we got a video package aired about the 3-year relationship between Kenny Williams and Amir Jordan. It detailed everything from their tag team formation to the fallout that has led to their no DQ loser leaves town match next week. So we got a confirmation that on next week's show, Ilja Dragunova will battle Dave Mastiff, and Nathan Fraser will be on the Supernova session. Primate, T-Bone, Eddie Dennis made their entrance with new music. I wonder why Wild Boar is not with that team anymore. Is he gonna return and turn face? What are they doing with the guy? Or unless he got suspended, unless he was one of the guys that was accused of stuff in the hashtag Speak Out movement last year. What's ever happened to Wild Boar? Is he still out with an injury? I mean, I'm asking you guys because I don't know what happened to him. It's only one person watching though, so I don't think that one person would know. I thought I'd have 2 or 3 people in here, but oh well. That's what it is. So again, Primate, T-Bone, and Eddie Dennis made their entrance with new music, ring gear, and now going by the name Symbiosis. Gallus made their entrance. We got the 6-man tag match. Yeah, 6-man tag match wasn't bad. Not too bad. We got Primate, T-Bone, like I said the second time, and Eddie Dennis right here versus Gallus, which happens to be these guys right here. Which happens to be these guys. This is Gallus right here. Yes, folks, this is Gallus. So, Symbiosis versus Gallus. We have T-Bone and Joe Coffey starting the match as the other 4 men shouted encouragement. Both teams worked quick tags to try and stay on top, but it was an eventually weighted contest. Symbiosis managed to single out Joe Coffey to gain control of the contest. Now, Joe Coffey wiggled out of Dennis's 7 bridge and hit a crossbody. This allowed him to tag in Wolf, who immediately sent Dennis and Primate to the outside. Both teams worked through quick tags and consistently knocked each other off the apron to the mat outside. Mark Coffey hit a side slam on Primate and tagged in Wolfgang, who hit a drive-by senton and then tagged in Joe Coffey, who hit the best of the bells for the win. Eddie Dennis seemed to have the option to split up the pin, but chose not to. Now, symbiosis is a mutually beneficial relationship between different people or groups. Now, I can certainly see the benefit for T-Bone in being the group, as he was losing a lot before joining. Time will tell if Primate is better in symbiosis, or, time will tell if Primate is better in symbiosis than in his team with Wild Boar. Dennis obviously benefits from having a couple of hired guns by his side to back up his rash talking. However, it would have been beneficial for this team to win their first match with a new name. This could have happened had Dennis broke up the decent pin. He didn't, and we will live to wonder if it would have had any impact. So we end up with the Gallus boys on top. So there seemed to be a lot of camera glitches during the episode, but particularly in the final match. This either means we're going to see a new superstar or a gimmick soon. Or one of the wires was loose. Maybe one of the wires was loose, I don't know. I think we could see a new superstar too, though. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But I think it might be the latter. So, honestly, my full thoughts on this show, my full thoughts on this week's episode of NXT UK. It honestly wasn't too bad if you ask me. In fact, it was a very good episode this week, with matches you shouldn't sleep on, to be honest. Now, I was curious as to what was going to happen with Teoman taking on another new star already, and I could never have guessed they'd go with an injury angle like that. Now, it certainly turned Teoman into a ruthless heel, and I would hope this gives Raja a reason to bring out his own aggression so that this can turn into a really heated feud already. We got a good backstage promos to create some coming matches like Dragunov versus Mastiff and Seven versus Gradwell. The first is probably going to be a hard-hitting take on the friendly two faces just throwing down. Now the second one was great. Gradwell does have a good point about how he was here at the start but missed some time and is now like an afterthought for it. The match is going to be great. I feel like Gradwell is going to win to build himself up and finally be where he certainly feels. Where he certainly feels he should be on the brand. Now I like that we're getting a huge contenders match for the women's titles. Or should I say women's title. Well, Jenny's in it to build someone up and put them over. I'm sure of it. And I feel like it will be either Danny Luna or Millie McKenzie. Danny and SWSC had a good magnet to build them as a trio. Subculture. Now I look forward to how that builds. And I'm sure they'll still be strong enough even if Luna loses the gauntlet. Now it's good. It's very good to see Pretty Deadly are active as champions. We got a good hype package for the Heritage Cup Championship and Kenny Williams versus Amir Jordan grudge match. Now I'm surprised we're having to wait 3 weeks for the Heritage Cup match. But maybe we're getting other big things the next 2 weeks. Shaw versus Muir was very good. But naturally, Shaw wins to build himself up more. Now honestly, I'm waiting for him and Dar to get serious about being in the NXT UK tag division. I think those guys could really make a splash. A great match. One of the greatest, well, the only greatest matches on the show. I wouldn't say one of the greatest, but it's the only greatest match on the show, in my opinion. This match right here. It was my favorite match on the show. It was actually a bit surprised. I was a bit surprised that Aiofe lost. Not that surprised though. But given the women's gauntlet, this is going to obviously have Aiofe take a detour and build up in the background as Kaylee Ray faces the gauntlet winner. Now, Symbiosis video package was already on social media, but it was good to see it. The 6-man tag main event was a very, very good match. And I'm again a bit surprised Symbiosis lost. Gallus could have probably taken a loss here, but they don't feel that much worse off from their time off, but I suppose they did need something to, basically help them get their momentum back. They've teased the Joe versus Rampage rematch, so Joe needed momentum going into that. And the tag team of Mark and Wolfgang needed something to get back into the title race. So, yeah. That math leads to one conclusion, and Gallus Boys is on top. So that's my full thoughts on this week's episode of NXT UK. That's going to do it for your April 29th, 2021 NXT UK review. If you enjoyed the review, hit the thumbs up. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. I'm going to end this live stream, folks. That is it. I will see you guys on the Naruto stream that is coming up next right here on my IWN Wrestling News and Gaming YouTube channel. Stream some Naruto, do some single and team battles online. I haven't streamed Naruto in a while, so that's what I'm going to stream. So, I do have a few announcements. Tomorrow I am going to be streaming Jump Force this afternoon. And then, after that, I'll be live for my SmackDown watch-along, because SmackDown comes on tomorrow night. And then once I be live with the watch-along, that's when the review's going to be live. So I don't really have that much of a busy weekend, but hey, I'm all about delivering the best content on the channel. So, I'm not just a wrestling fan, I'm a YouTube creator too. I'm a YouTube content creator, folks. All of us YouTube users are YouTube content creators. In case you all didn't know that. But anyways, man, I'll see you all in the Naruto Ultimate Storm 4 live stream. Have a nice day. See you there.